Hello, everyone. This is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full time. I've been doing this with my fiance Netta for more than 3 years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into what we're shipping out today on Thursday. So, like yesterday, the back end of the day and the beginning of this day was pretty bad for sales. But like my sales for the past, I don't know, I guess like this whole year have been kind of like super crazy high days and then some super low ones. So I'm just a little bit used to the inconsistency at this point. But there was some cool stuff that sold. So the first thing is going to be a set of these three. They're like little pictured frames, well done. They're like little village. One of them has like little sheeps, and this one has like a little house here. They're ready to hang up. I normally don't do art stuff. I think I'm gonna grab this stuff from like auction maybe a couple years ago. So I'll still go ahead and list them. These end up going for $15 plus shipping. Everything's gonna be plus shipping. I took a slightly lower offer on this just because it's not something that like we normally sell all the time. It's just like little extras that Aneta's picked up. All right, move along, we have this patch right here, Big Powder Horn Mountain. I'm not too sure like what this goes to, but we got a bunch of patches at some point. It was a category we used to do better with. We haven't found any in a long time, but yeah, patches were a lot of fun to work with. But yeah, these end up going for this one for $8. They were very easy for me to list. We found a bunch at like estate sales back in the day. All right, just haven't found any new ones, so we're not listing new ones. Therefore, like the category's not being like pushed out as much, I believe. All right, move along. We have this. This is going to be a lot of 100 Civil War plastic miniatures. These are going to be 1 out of 72 scale, so they're like about an inch right here. Just various soldiers ready to be like primed and painted. People like to use these for like miniature games or for little displays like dioramas. These end up going to repeat buyer for $21.59. Like I've said before, and I've been selling a lot of these miniatures. I think I listed them maybe like a month ago. Yeah, about a month ago. I'm losing track of time, but it was a bunch of like Civil War. It was also going to be Napoleonics and then Revolution. And then there was some like other stuff too, like World War II, just a bunch of big bag of miniatures and stuff. I had to organize them. All right. But people do pick them up often from us. It's one of our better categories, like the miscellaneous miniatures. Moving along, this was, I don't even remember where we got this, probably at like a thrift store a long time ago or a state sale or something. This can be 3 little children's books about different horses, a special chance, Lucky Star, and Bella's Secret. And then you get the little pony toys with them. So that's pretty cute. But yeah, so like each of these ponies go with one of the books, just children's books, $13.60 for that. So also not something we usually sell. Or I guess we do books like in a good amount, but like with the little toy is kind of interesting. All right, moving along, we have this foam miniature tray foam right here. This is going to be a pluck foam, so it's going to have all these little squares. I'm not going to pluck more of it because I picture this as is. But yeah, miniature players will get these big bags so they can carry their miniatures to like tournaments around the house, to their friend's place when they're going to play the game. They put the miniature surrounded by foam so less of the miniature can break. And then you put these foams inside bigger bags, different sizes of carrying bags. So people need like specific sizes. So I go ahead and I measure like the length and then like the width and then the height so people know if this will fit in their box. Sometimes people just have the trays. Like I have some trays just with some of my miniatures in the tray so I can just move it around the house without having to like individually pick up miniatures and potentially drop them. $14.07. I have a bunch of different foam that I list. The biggest point into this one is usually the customer has to pay like a decent amount of shipping. So usually I get combo orders with these. But yeah, I do like to pick them up. A lot of people pass up on them on auctions because they are kind of like awkward to deal with. At least for me, I actually find it relaxing. I just get a bunch, lay them on the table, get a measuring tape. I'll take a picture of the whole thing. I'll put measuring tape along like the inserts. If there's inserts, I'll do the whole length, width, and height. I enjoy that. It's more relaxing for me. All right, moving along, this is going to be a combo order for, I believe this is a different person, and they also said they're going to pick up more stuff later on. So these are going to be different lots of like 50 or 60 more of the Civil War miniatures. Whoops, I almost dropped that. They would have been fine. Similar to this packet right here. So they got 2 packets for $20 each, so $40 for these 2 pairs. So yeah, people are really enjoying these like type of miniatures. I've also been selling like the bigger ones, not today, but I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. All right, moving along. I'm probably gonna butcher this name. It says from Manassas to Apoxamatox or something. I don't know. I probably just flushed that down the toilet and you guys just heard it. That's fine. All right, this is a hardcover book, military one. Went for $11.51 right there. So yeah, it's like a bigger, thicker book. Excuse me. But yeah, that one's gonna be like heavier to ship out. But people still, like I said, they'll pick up specific like generals, specific tanks, specific wars, specific battles. So yeah, we got a bunch of those a long time ago. All right, Moving along, running out of breath here. We have Star Dates, Safari, and Violet right here. This is going to be like a sci-fi RPG book. I don't think I've sold anything of this before. Or actually, this one's like a magazine. It says like it's a magazine, so there's going to be a bunch of different things. It has like a cool piece of art here. This is probably from like early 2000s or 90s. Oh, there's supposed to be, it looks like maybe there's even supposed to be like a game in there or something. Sometimes these magazines will have little tokens and games and stuff. So yeah, this was supposed to include a game. This is without the game. This sold for $11.99. All right, and then last up, this one was interesting. I didn't know if this one would sell. This is going to be Seven Wonders, a board game. It's a drafting game. I've technically never played it, even though it's a classic and a lot of people like it. But drafting game meaning there's gonna be like a bunch of cards and stuff, and people are picking like one thing at a time, drafting. So that's what this type of board game is. And then I think you each have your own like your own little wonder, and I think you have like different abilities, and you're trying to get points. There's like a battle mechanic. It's not like dice and stuff. It might be like number oriented, but yeah, this one is missing. I think it was missing just like a couple pieces. This is like the first edition one, and then there's still one for $14. So I just thought it was interesting. I was like, I don't know if someone's going to pick this up. There's a lot of versions of Seven Wonders, different editions, and then some of them are like pretty cheap because it is a pretty popular game, even though it's kind of a more modern-ish game. There's still like a bunch out there, so it's cool that someone picked it up. Maybe it was because it was first edition or something, or just slightly cheaper, or they needed like extra bits and pieces. All right, that's it. That's all. It was a pretty slow back end of yesterday and a slow end of the beginning of today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to help support us, take a look at our links down below.